Hey beauties and bows, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer of Custom Chic, and if this is your first time here, let me be the first to welcome you. I drop videos every Wednesday and every Friday, and it's fashion, travel, and lifestyle related content. If that is the content you are into, then please subscribe, sit down, chill, grab some popcorn. If you don't already do so, make sure you follow me on Instagram. My handle is customs_chic. I'm also on Facebook under Jennifer. Last name is Ngoie, so make sure you check me out. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 of my favorite black designers. Obviously, in light of the time, I'm trying to figure out how I can use this platform to lend to the movement, to the cause. A lot of these brands I have featured already in a video that I did during Black History Month, but this is sort of like a condensed version, and I want to talk about why I continually to spend my hard-earned money, why I continue to be a patron to these brands, and why I like them. So let's get into the intro and then we'll get right into it. Okay guys, so I have pulled up my rack here, and we have our handy dandy little pieces that I'm going to showcase. Some of these are going to be some things that you've already seen before. Like I said, if I didn't say it already, I did a video back in February, Black History Month, and I showcased some black designers that I either already owned pieces from or that I wanted to, because, you know, your girl's pockets. So, but during this time right now, especially with everything that's been going on, that statement still rings true, right? There's a lot of these designers that I wish that I can support more. And looking through my closet, I realized that I did not have as many pieces from black designers as I wanted to, and I was trying to figure out why. And looking through them, it was not the case of that the quality was subpar. It was just that I had not been dedicating myself monetarily to black designers as I would like to. So using Custom Chic as a platform to kind of lend my voice to this movement, to make sure that, you know, I'm doing everything I can with everything that I am and I'm presenting, to make sure that I'm supporting the black community the most, to the best of my ability. So I have these 5 designers here that I want to talk about, and the first one that I want to talk about is JewelsbyJadore. And she is actually one of my really good girlfriends. She is based out of Atlanta. She does not have a storefront, but you can purchase her stuff either through her Instagram or online, their website. And I will put all of that stuff in the description box below. But the 3 things that I wanted to make sure that I hit on was my customer service experience with each brand, the level of quality or workmanship, and how I felt once I wore the product that I ordered. Sometimes, you know, I eat with my eyes and I shop with my eyes, and when it gets here, I'm like, this is not it. But that has not been true for any of these brands, and I think that's why I continuously pick up pieces from them. So very quickly, let's go through all of these and talk about them. So this first one is a jumper romper that I purchased from Matilda, is her name, and I love this. I actually wore this to a wedding, and it was a color themed wedding. The colors were purple and yellow, and the construction is really good. I'm going to move up so that you guys can see it, and I may do just like a showcase thing on the side, but if I move it closer, you will see sort of like the beading detail, and this was done by hand, so there was no machine work in this. There's pleating here in the front, and there's also pleating in the back, which is all, it's not very easy to do very good pleats in clothing, period. And also, when you work with fabrics that have prints, it's also really important to make sure that the prints line up from piece to piece. So this is the top, and obviously this is the bottom portion, but they've done that so well that it's just like this cohesive piece of material, and I really like that. I mean, I think the customer service that I have gotten from them has always been above par. The shipping is always super fast, and anytime I put on one of these clothing, one of her items from this brand, I always feel like really good. I typically, or ironically, always purchase something from her when it comes to a wedding. So I think when I have a wedding that I'm shopping for, I just automatically think, oh, I need to go to her brand, because I know she's gonna have something that I like, and I'm gonna tell a different story every single time I wear one of her pieces. And typically when I get dressed, I always think, what kind of story am I trying to tell with my look? And I think she has a really good way of helping me tell a very different story with her pieces. So that is why I continually shop the brand. Now, I know that the sewing or the construction of the actual products happen in Nigeria, so her price points may be a little higher because of that, because you got to take into consideration the person who actually sewing the clothes, and you have to take into consideration shipping, and then you have to take into consideration packaging to them, and then packaging, you know, finally to the consumer, which is me, or hopefully you. So some pieces are a little bit on the pricier point, but I don't think she has anything on her website over $200. And if I'm thinking something that's a little bit more ceremonious or ceremonial or special occasion, $200 is probably at the right price point. So let's get to the next one. Okay, next brand up is the Chemist Store, and I have featured this brand before. Again, this is kind of a condensed version of my Black History Month homage to Black designers, but I wanted to talk about this brand because as I was looking through my closet, I realized that I had multiple pieces from them, and most of the pieces that I have from this brand are very like frilly, girly, but I stumbled across this denim military inspired cape, and I'm going to turn it around so that you guys can see it. I actually wore it as a dress, and it almost looked, well, not almost, it definitely looked like a mini dress because my legs are so long, and then I had on these heels. But construction, denim can be very stiff. We all know that, right? If you have, unless your jeans have stretch, but this is a very stiff material, but it has a lot of sway to it. I think because of the way it was cut, and it's this very like square thing. You guys can't really see it as I'm holding it up because it takes up all of the camera frame, but you'll see it when I put another panel here. So the material is stiff like denim, but not in a way that is uncomfortable or like hard and scratchy. I love the button detailing in terms of like construction and workmanship. It's done very well. You see these lines and kind of like this paneling down here, and I like that the way this was kind of stenciled on paper for the designer, it's still the same way here in the finished product. There's pockets or faux pockets on the inside where I can, well, they're not faux because I can put my hands in there, so they're there. And customer experience, I've never had a bad experience when I shop with the Chemist Store. They are based in London, so the curator is Sade, and I'm not really sure if she's designing the clothes or just curating them, but this is a London-based store, and I say that because that means it's in pounds. So I typically do not shop most of these items unless there's a sale, because it can get very pricey very quickly because of the the pound dollar conversion. So be aware of that if you are going to shop this brand. But the packaging is always really nice. I've never had any issues. I've never had to like write them or see where my package was, because literally from the time I got it, let's say I ordered on a Thursday, by the following Tuesday or Wednesday I had the item, which was very impressive considering that they are across the pond. Granted, this was pre-COVID, so shipping right now may take a little bit more time than it typically would, but still I've had no complaints. Most of her items are, again, like I said, very frilly and very girly, but when I wore this, I felt very badass. So, you know, that's not typically how I feel when I wear her clothes, because like I said, they're very girly, but this was one item that I definitely enjoyed, and I will continue to shop her brand when it's on sale though. So, yeah. Okay, so in keeping with tradition, I wanted to do the shoot of the shoot very quickly in between Black designers. I don't know that this is a Black designer, but I got it from Just Fab, which is kind of like a shoe subscription service. I got these for $9.99, and then monthly you pay $39.99. This is my first month, so I haven't placed my second purchase, but this is sort of a raffia espadrille open toe mule. What attracted me to this shoe was the heel. This is very reminiscent of a and I can't remember the designer right now, but it is a duped heel style. It has this toe separation right here, and then there is this beaded gold and black sort of animal print design. This shoe also came in blue, but the blue shoe does not have the detailing. I want to say it's kind of like a croc faux leather. Didn't love that. I love this color instead, and these are super comfortable. I cannot wait to wear them. I actually think it may go with one of the pieces, that FeNoel jersey that I'm going to talk about shortly. But yeah, this is it. Super happy and excited to wear these. Okay, so next up are these Paperboy Utility Stripe Bags by Sonia. Now, the brand is something by, and her name is spelled Sonjia. So I'm not sure if it's Sonjia or if it's Sonia, but either way, love these pants. So they're kind of made of like this sackcloth slash denim. Let me take this hanger off so I can show you guys a little bit. There's kind of like this fringe situation at the top here, which is super cool. And it is very stiff material, but like the cape from the Chemist Store, it's not hard when you're in it. Like, it's still soft enough, but the material is very stiff. When I first got these, they were pressed to perfection. Like, there was not a wrinkle in sight. I ended up wearing them to my very first like quarantine birthday party, and I got some stuff on it, so I had to wash them. They did wash very easily. I was concerned though that because of the coloring and the probably fabric dye, that there would be a little bit of bleeding, and there wasn't. Not from the wash. There was slight, and I mean like just a smidget of bleeding, and I don't even know where it is anymore. That's how slight it was. So I would probably recommend that if you purchase these, that you steam as opposed to iron, because there was, like I said, just a little bit of fabric transfer slash bleeding. But it's not noticeable because when I can't see it anymore. My customer service experience, it comes with express 2-day shipping. And was it free? It wasn't free, but you don't get like the 4 to 7 days. You get 2 days or next day or like overnight or something like that. So shipping was about like $9 or $10, which I hate that. Like, I just do. And it's not specific to her brands. Brands do this all the time, but it's like, stop charging me $10 for shipping. That's like a whole other item, or that's a meal, or maybe 2. Like if you went to Checkers, that'd be like 4 or 5 meals. So I'm not a huge fan of exaggerated shipping prices. Just give me the flat rate, because when I go to USPS, it's $7. So why is it 10 for you? Anyway, that's a whole nother video. That was a tangent. I apologize. When I wore these, I felt super cool and super eclectic. Inside of the brand, inside of the tag, it says something by Sonia. Then it says, let me move this closer. It says, dress it up or dress it down. And I love a good product or item that can be used multiple ways, can be worn in multiple ways. So I happen to wear these with heels the first time I wore them, but I can definitely see myself wearing these with a pair of sneakers. So while these were very fancy, I still felt like very down to earth wearing them, because you can dress them up or dress them down. So out of the 3 things, workmanship is great, craftsmanship is great. Like I said, these are very like inventive, creative type of pants. While the paper bag pant is in for 2020, I just hadn't ever seen anything with the sackcloth, and they're very long. I'm 5'7", and because of the paper bag, these like go over my breast area, and then they fit me all the way down to my ankle. So this is a very long pant. I got this in a medium, so just FYI if you are looking to shop these. Okay, next up is my Congolese sister, Anifa Vimba. Now, I have already talked about Hanifa's brand in my February video, my Black History Month video, but I had no idea she was Congolese. So the fact that she's Congolese, and I just figured that out now, I had to give her a second shout out. Just had to. Not only that, last month, I'm sorry. Last month, she literally broke the internet. The fashion industry, she took them by storm. She pioneered, innovated, showcased the first ever digital fashion show with like 3D models and everything. I'm gonna put the description to her website or her Instagram handle in the description box, and you guys can go on the website and you can go to, or on Instagram, and you can still see the show. It was phenomenal. It was so like groundbreaking. I had never seen anything like it. Not only me, but the entire fashion industry. And she literally got recognition from everyone. And she's 27 years old. So I love that. So shout out to her. Major kudos for that, because it was just bomb. It was just bomb. So I have this outfit from her, and the shirt doesn't want to cooperate already. I did not have this issue when I actually wore it. The shirt stayed on my person, but it is a 2-piece skirt set. I'll pop up a picture and then I'll show you guys myself modeling it also. It has this sort of like not ruching, but there's extra kind of like pleats on the bottom, so it's like multi-tiered. You would think that it would make the item heavier, but it doesn't. It's very light at the top of the skirt, and then at the bottom where they have like the tiering or the crowning, it's heavy, but it doesn't really give the item itself that much weight. The crop top, it's just that it is just a regular crop top, and it's kind of asymmetrical in the back. You can't really see it here, but you'll see it as I'm wearing it. Her clothes fit very true to size. The workmanship obviously is amazing. The skirt has double lining in it, and I really like that so that it wasn't see-through. Let me see, show you guys, you can see this. There was double lining on the inside, and it's kind of like this linen / cotton material, so even though the outside of it is polyester, the inside is cotton, so it made it for a very cool item to wear while I was outside. Customer service experience, it was great. This set actually sold out before I was like put onto it, so I hit the notify me email or note setting, and sometimes that just doesn't work. I do it all the time for like Zara, and I never get notifications. Maybe because the item never comes back in, but send me an email, right, if that's the case, because that would be customer service. But I did hit the notify me when my size, which I wanted a medium to come in, but because I'm 2 different sizes, like on top and the bottom, so I'm heavier at the top, so I wanted an extra large, and I knew that the extra large was going to be too big, but I knew that I can go take it to my tailor to kind of cinch it in and make it fit to my size, which is what I ended up doing. So long story short, this set was sold out in every single size run, and once they got the extra large back, I got an email and I purchased it right away. It happened to be on sale. Her price points are also a little bit higher, and I think again that's because they are sewn by person and not via machine. Not all of them. I did also purchase something from her new line that she did with the fashion show, because every item in that collection told a story about the Congo, DRC Congo. I'm going to be very specific because there are 2, but the dress that she talked about reminded her of the Congo River. No, it's pretty pricey. It's very pricey. But as I was reading the description of the dress, all I could do was think back to like, oh, I know what that looks like. And the dress is actually very reminiscent of the description and the actual place. So in terms of how I feel when I put her clothes on, I can tell, or I can tell that she is telling a story through this. And as I'm walking, you know, I may walk a little bit straighter, or I might have a little bit more zhuzh in my walk, because I feel like I'm representing like the beauty of the Congo besides just like the turmoil that we all hear about. So when I wear her clothes, it's a little bit more personal to me because they hit home a little bit and they speak to who I am, you know, as a person and where I'm from. So she's gonna get a 10 out of 10 on how I feel about how I feel when I wear those items. So yeah, Hanifa official. I cannot wait to see what else you have next, sis. I really can't. All right, so final designer that we're going to talk about today is FeNoel. I talked about them extensively in my video in February, but I just wanted to bring them back up again because I truly am a big fan of that brand. My pockets, not so much. The price points are extremely high, but I love them because my everyday life, if I can just walk around with resort wear clothes, I would be super happy. And I try to mimic that in my lower priced items. So I am always good for, you know, a wide leg pant and a nice flowery t-shirt of some kind, or something that's very ethereal and just flows. I love that kind of stuff. I think it works really well with my body type, but I think they do it best for the lack of a better term. So if I could purchase more items, I would. The one item that I do have here that I want to talk to you guys about is this jersey. So I'm going to put it up a little bit so that you guys can see it. And I wore this jersey when I filmed the Black History Month video, but it is super cool. It was part of a bigger collaboration between FeNoel. There were 3 other black designers, I want to say, and LeBron James and Nike. It came in collaboration with the sneaker. I didn't get the sneaker, but I was able to get the jersey. Last time I wore it, I was kind of like fidgeting in the video, so one of my friends asked me, was it itchy, because it has this kind of like translucent sheer material. The jersey is not itchy at all. It was just me. It was just me. User error, right? But it's very well constructed. As you can see, it is very sheer. But when I iron this to kind of put it on, it doesn't do any of that spreading that sometimes sheer fabrics do. So in that sense, it is a very good material. The back of it has these kind of like varsity jacket lettering, and while those items alone can be heavy, it doesn't really add any weight to the actual item, so it's still very lightweight and breathable. My customer experience so far with FeNoel has been amazing. The shipping is always super fast. It always comes in this like super nicely packaged box rather, and when I wear these items, or when I wore this, I always feel like super cool. This is very like, it's a jersey, right? But it's still very feminine. I think the colors is kind of like this burnt orange on the rim, and then there's sequin. What girl doesn't love sequin? Now I do. I didn't always used to, but so it has all these elements that make it very girly and very feminine. So I like it. I can probably wear this as, I typically just wear it as a jersey, but now that I think about it, it can probably be a cover up for like a bathing suit or something, or just somewhere on an island, you know, who knows where I want to be. But I wanted to feature them again, like I said, because I've had great customer service experiences with them. The workmanship of the items that I have had are always great. I did have another pair of pants. I have no idea where they are now. I must have purged them, but super great brand to work with, and I hope to be able to purchase more items from them soon. So those are my top black designers for summertime right now, because their items are great. The workmanship is phenomenal. Not only did I want to shout them out, I wanted to be a true like customer. Like, I really do like these clothes. This is not sponsored. They didn't pay me to say any of this. I just went through my closet and picked out the ones that were my favorites, and the ones that I realized that I had multiple items from. So the same way that I, you know, was shopping Zara and H&M, I continuously went back and I wanted to figure out why I was specifically or particularly going back to these black designers. And like I said, it was the workmanship. It was the craftsmanship, like the ingenuity with the clothing. None of these pieces have been replicated. Maybe there's some sense of like what's new and what's hot, what's trendy within the fashion world, but it's definitely their designers' own ideas, right? And again, the customer service experience was great. Some of the price points are higher than I would like them to, but I like the brands enough that I kind of stalk their websites to see when the items go on sale. And if the item really, really speaks to me, like one of the dresses did in the Hanifa official pink label collection, then I just go ahead and spend, because I've supported other brands and other people, and I didn't really see the commitment or the dedication to the black community. And now that I'm kind of shifting gears to make sure that I'm conscious of that, no qualms, no complaints, right? So that is all that I have for you guys today. If you stuck around this long, you certainly know what to do. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell notification so you know that each time I drop a video. Bye-bye.